Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing. I post weekly about military and finance topics. In today's video, we're going to talk about TSA Precheck, and specifically, why have I not been using it the last 3 years? For those who don't know, I'm active duty military, and all military and DoD automatically get TSA Precheck. So we're going to talk about that real quick, and then we're going to talk about the process for getting TSA Precheck. So if you're not military or DoD, don't click out of the video. We're going to get to the full process of how you obtain TSA Precheck when going through an airport. Okay, real quick, why do you want TSA Precheck? It's a program for low-risk travelers, and they're allowed to go through a more efficient screening process. Specifically, you can keep your shoes on, your coat on, your belt on. Your laptop and phone can stay in your bags as they go through the scanners. Liquids can stay in your bag as well. And the TSA Precheck lines are usually shorter lines, but even if they look long, they go faster than the regular screening lines at airports. There are 7 million active users in the program, so there's a lot of people out there that use TSA Precheck, but the lines go faster. Over 200 airports participate, and having TSA Precheck is an $85 value over 5 years. That's how long it's good for until you need to renew it. Who is eligible, specifically military members? All components of all armed forces, so Guard, Reserve, active duty, and then all 5 branches. This also includes students at the Armed Forces Academies. Pretty much anyone who has a CAC, Common Access Card, has TSA Precheck automatically. Military are automatically opted into the program. In addition, if you try and go through TSA Precheck with your family, children 12 and under can come with you. They don't need to have their own TSA Precheck on their boarding pass if they're 12 and under. You also, good to know, you don't need to be on orders or in uniform to use TSA Precheck, and you actually don't need to show your CAC. If you were to go through and you had your driver's license or your passport, that's fine. You probably should travel with your CAC no matter what, but if you for some reason only want to show your passport, it doesn't matter. On your boarding pass, it'll say TSA Precheck, and any valid form of ID will get you through. For DoD civilian employees, you must opt into the program to get the benefits. And you do this by just going to Mil Connect and then saying you want TSA Precheck. Now, who does it not apply to? It does not apply to retirees, it does not apply to veterans, and it does not apply to spouses, unfortunately, as well as children 13 and older. So if you're traveling by yourself, it's great just to be able to go through TSA Precheck. But if you're with family and friends, then they might need to go through the process. And this is super simple, but the 10-digit ID number is your known traveler number. Whenever you're on a website booking a flight, usually at some point they'll ask you for your known traveler number. It's just your 10-digit ID number on the back of your Common Access Card. This is for, once again, military and DoD employees. So you just type it in, and then when you print off your boarding pass, it'll automatically say TSA Precheck. But once again, what about family and friends? They got to go through the regular process of applying for it. And you do this through the TSA's website. You just go to their website, and then you're going to give them some basic information. You're going to need the address of everywhere you've lived going back 5 years. For some people that might be hard. You're going to have to look at some old statements, or hopefully you've kept mail to remember addresses. You're also going to need to provide your social security number and then all of your standard ID information. Height, weight, hair color, eye color, same information you give on a driver's license. You then have to pay an $85 non-refundable application fee, and this has to be done with a credit card, debit card, or money order. They don't accept personal checks, and obviously you can't mail in cash. You're going to want to ensure your name is the same on all docs. This is, a difficulty for people maybe who have immigrated or people who have gotten married and changed their name. But any ID that you present to them, that you then want that to be the name for your known traveler number, you're going to want to make all this match. So when you go through an airport, they're not seeing different names, because that will slow you down. After you do the online application, you're going to have to schedule an appointment within 120 days to come into a TSA Precheck office to be fingerprinted and interviewed. And when I say interviewed, they're not actually interviewing you. They're just confirming that you are who you say you are, that your height, weight, eye color, hair color match what you put on your application. They're going to ask to see your existing forms of ID, usually a passport, a driver's license, or a birth certificate. And the enrollment centers are located usually at airports, but they're also sometimes at border checkpoints in dense metropolitan areas. You can go on the website to put in your zip code to find the closest TSA Precheck center. And the process going through there, I've heard, is pretty efficient and fast. So it's not a big wait once you're there. When you apply for TSA Precheck, you need to remind yourself that this is a criminal background check. They're going to take your fingerprints and your information that you gave them and compare it against immigration, law enforcement, intelligence databases, the no-fly list, and the Center for Disease Control lists to see if you meet the qualifications. And any criminal history on your record can disqualify you. Now, when I say that, you don't need to be worried about parking tickets or speeding tickets. I've had speeding tickets, but if you have an arson conviction, then potentially you're not going to want to apply for TSA Precheck because you're going to lose that $85. They're most likely not going to approve you. Once the process has gone through, you got to wait about 21 days, and they'll mail you your known traveler number, and then you can start using that when you buy plane tickets. And if you've already bought plane tickets, you can add your KTN number after you've purchased. So I already bought tickets, for example, to go to Toronto in a couple months. However, I didn't know my DOD ID number was my KTN number. So I just went on Delta's website, went under My Trips. I was able to find it. I put it in, and when I go through the airport, I should have TSA Precheck. And it's good for 5 years. After 5 years, you'll probably have to renew it. I imagine they're not going to fingerprint you again because they already have your information, but you're probably going to have to pay that $85 application fee again. Real quick, I want to talk about what are the Trusted Traveler programs. This is all under the umbrella of the Department of Homeland Security. TSA Precheck is a standalone program. However, if you choose to get Global Entry, Nexus, Sentry, or Fast, these are all various ways to get through borders and customs and traveling security faster. For example, Global Entry is what you would want if you travel in and out of the country a lot. This allows you to get through customs faster. And the application fee for Global Entry is $100, but it includes TSA Precheck. So it's an $85 value for TSA Precheck. So really like a $15 additional to get Global Entry to go through customs a little bit faster than you would have if you didn't have it. And as far as Nexus, Sentry, and Fast, once again, various programs that just get you through borders and customs faster. Okay guys, if you found this video useful, please consider giving it a thumbs up so other people can find it. In addition, check out my channel. I post weekly about military and finance topics. If there's something that you have questions about or you'd like to see explained more in detail, leave a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys and I will respond. And yeah, if you're going to be traveling soon, TSA Precheck is definitely a great benefit. You should check it out. Until the next video, I will see you then. Take care. Hey guys, while researching this video, I found a news report out of Richmond, Virginia, talking about how military members get treated differently when they go through the airports, and I thought it was hilarious. So I'm going to share it with you. Let's watch it together.
When you fly out of RIC, you expect for everyone to follow the same rules, but the TSA makes exceptions for some military personnel, like not having to remove their shoes before going through the metal detectors. And that's got a lot of people talking.
I would like not to remove my shoes, like they they don't.
I don't care
Then get TSA Precheck, dude.
if they can or they can't. I just think that the metal detector would check it, would catch it.
And I think so at the airports we have the right equipment which can actually verify if there's anything which should not pass through. So I'm pretty comfortable with that.
But it wasn't so comfortable for one RIC passenger who tells CBS 6 they saw several military personnel walk through metal detectors without having to remove their shoes first. And according to the TSA's
Traumatizing, isn't it?
website, there is a policy allowing them to do that. Even though servicemen and women are required to go through thorough screening, the policy does state military personnel in uniform with a valid military ID are not required to remove their footwear unless it alarms the walk-through metal detector. But these soldiers disagree with that policy.
I believe that there's a lot of people that are fake out there that
Super fake.
could, the enemy's always changing, so why would they not try to impersonate us?
Even though I have the benefit, I would just rather have everybody get checked just for the safety of everybody else.
That's a hard-hitting news report right there out of CBS 6 in Richmond, Virginia.